Alright everybody, welcome back to Smith's Customs. You got Jacob here. Here we go. We're going to go on some more boring videos of just getting this LBZ stuff back together. One of the things we're going to be doing today, we're going to be installing the rest of the piping. Obviously serpentine belt, you can see it's still not on there. We put the tensioner and the idlers on and the alternator in place the other day, but we didn't get the belt on. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to stick a belt on this thing and just kind of start getting it finalized. Then we'll get to an exciting video of bleeding out the cooling system, and then hopefully we'll let this thing run a little bit. After it runs a little bit and I get some more videos of my balance rates and things like that, then I'm going to back it out and we can probably get, I don't know, I can't get the bed on it yet because I do need to change out the sending unit in the tank because I know the fuel gauge has an issue. But we'll get into that here shortly. Not on this video, but it'll be in a future video. And it would be nice to change that out before we put the bed on. So with that being said, I guess let's go ahead and get started on this thing. For those of you that are following along, hey, we're making progress on this thing. And for some of you that are just tuning in now, hey, go back and check out the previous videos. Got lots of good content on injector rebuild and stuff on this thing. So that being said, let's get started. See if we can get something done. Get this thing closer and ready to drive here. So we got our serpentine belt. And as I stated, some of these pulleys, they're going to have to be changed. They're not any good. They have bad bearings. But I know nothing about this truck. So currently, I'm trying to do this on the cheap side because I don't want to go putting brand new everything on here just to find out that there's some major issue with this truck. That's kind of the point of these videos so far, is just what you can do cheaply if you wanted to buy a non-running vehicle and figure out what's going on with it. Just cheaply get it going to verify that, well, it's worth putting the money into. This truck, obviously, with it being a 2500 diesel, 3/4 ton, it's going to take a lot for it to not be worth putting the money into with the price we bought it at. But I always like to know what I'm working with before I start putting tons of money into stuff. That being said, let's go ahead and get this belt put in here. So first thing I'm going to do, I'm going to go around my crank pulley at the bottom. That's the pulley I always start on. I'm going to try to give you guys the best view possible, which is almost impossible when working in such tight quarters. We're going to go ahead and I'm going to run that belt around. This is actually not even the water pump. I'm going to say the fan housing that houses the bearings for the fan. That's not even actually a water pump in this truck. And a gasser, that would be your water pump, but on this truck it is not. So then after I run it around that, I'm going to go up from that to the power steering, then to the AC compressor. I'm going to loop that around. I'm going to bring that right under that first idler pulley. And then that from there is going to go right up to the alternator. Wait. Nope, we did that wrong. Scratch that. That's actually correct, but I need to get my belt. Oh, wait, I could probably still got enough slack in it. I need to get my belt in behind this tensioner before I do that. Yeah, we're going to pop that back out. So I'm going to squeeze this down, feed it right in, because the belt has to go in behind this tensioner here. And I want to make sure I have enough slack to get it in there. If I put it over the alternator, I won't have enough slack and I'll just be fighting with it. It's just easier just to leave it off for a second. All right, go ahead, we'll get that belt on that tensioner pulley. Now, after it comes off that tensioner pulley, it goes around the other idler that's down there. And then it comes up. If you're unfamiliar with the LBZ, you could look up a belt routing diagram. Fortunately, I've done this a few times on these, so I have a couple times of experience, because this is my second LBZ. I love the first one so much. I really enjoy these trucks. They're great running trucks, very reliable. Yes, they have their flaws, just like every truck, but to me, the pros to these trucks far way outweigh the bad. And I would rather go spend 30 grand on one of these trucks than 100 grand on a new diesel. So now that I got the belt routed in place, I'm just kind of holding it right here up by this alternator with my finger there. And I'm going to insert my 1/2-inch drive ratchet into my tensioner there. And I'm going to rotate it and get it down. And we're going to go ahead and slide this belt right over top of the alternator. And we're going to release that, and that should be it. That belt's in place now. That is how you put a serpentine belt on an LBZ engine. Now, granted, if you're doing this with your truck still together, yeah, you're going to be working on a lot tighter space, because normally the air cleaner would be here. You're going to have another pipe here. There's going to be other things in place. On this, with it being torn apart, I have a little more access, a little more room. So I'm kind of lucky in that aspect currently. It's not going to be that way for long, hopefully, because I'm wanting to get this thing buttoned up, get it to where it's ready to roll. The sad part is, well, we'll be taking some of this back apart, because I don't like the way the wiring on this thing is done up. I don't like the way it's bunched up and taped up, so we're going to be cutting a lot of this back open, doing some nice loom on it and putting it together the way I want it to be done, routing everything. I might even cut some of these down and trim them up real nice, because they did do the EGR delete on this, so there are wires that are not being used anymore that I'm going to want to get situated in a proper spot. So I'm going to stop this video here, just as the belt install, and I'll go ahead and come back in with another one of us reassembling other stuff on this. So please like, subscribe, share, follow along. If you're following along, hey, I appreciate the support, and I'm trying to do the best I can for you guys. If there's anything you'd like to see, let me know. I know these next couple videos, like I said, they're not going to be the most exciting. Pretty boring. It's hard for me to get a good view with the camera while I'm in here working. That's something I plan on addressing here in the future, once I get rolling a little bit more on this stuff. And, well, that's it, and we'll catch you guys on the next one.